Several months ago I did a video about Spotify shutdown for Windows XP, and now unfortunately it looks like we're facing the shutdown under Windows 7. This shutdown of course was inevitable, but I did not expect it to happen this quickly. Spotify kept the version for Windows XP operating for about 9 years after Windows XP was no longer supported by Microsoft. Windows 7 has only been out of support for a few years, and it seems like they're already abandoning the version. I have some email communication here from Spotify. This is an email that I received on April 20th. I believe I received several of this identical email a month or two before that as well. And it's pretty clear at the bottom that it requires Windows 10 and will no longer operate on older versions of Windows as described in these paragraphs here. So from this email it sounded like that was it for Windows 7. I received another email on May 9th, which was just a couple of days ago, and it says that this email is very confusing to me, because this one says that on May 12th, which is the same date as in the previous email, it's going to stop working, but then it goes on to say that it's going to update those versions. And it doesn't make any mention of system requirements for Windows 10 or higher. This email I also don't understand, because the Spotify updates automatically by itself anyways. It's been doing that for years. So since that's a pretty routine procedure, I don't understand why that warrants an email. Anyways, I'm totally confused at this point as to whether or not Spotify is going to continue to work on Windows 7 for the time being or not. So I think the best way to find out is to just turn on the computer and see what happens. So today is it is May 17th, so that's 5 days after the date in the email. So I think if the shutdown was going to happen on May 12th, we should be seeing the effects of that by now on the 17th. So let's go ahead and turn this computer on. It's going to take a minute to boot up, and then we're going to see if the program is still operable. I sure hope it is, because I don't feel like dealing with this right now, because I guess once this goes out of operation, then I will have to move to some kind of version of Linux, which I don't want to do, because I will lose the iconic Windows screensavers. But ultimately, I guess it will just be the end of an era when that time comes. Or perhaps somebody wrote a version for Linux. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of stuff on there. So the program should come up by itself, I think. There is hard drive activity, so it quite possibly could be updating as this is being taped. Okay, it just launched. You can see it in the bar down below. So it's running. Now it's on the screen. And let's see what happens. Ever since the Windows XP version ended, I've noticed that the Windows 7 version, it takes a long time to start working. It does this where it like grays out and it comes up with this, which it's been doing this for several months now. But I can just shut it, and it typically will just work. Yeah, it's absolutely working right now. So let's see if we go into here, just for curiosity's sake, and let's see if we can get a date on when this was installed. was installed on 325, so I don't think that it updated today, because I would expect it to show a new version. Unable to update. Let's see what it says here. Oh, this isn't very useful. So it doesn't seem to do anything. Is there a version on here? No, I don't see a version. Well, it still works. I don't know how much longer it's going to work. It's not really any less confusing to me now than it was a few minutes ago, because I don't know why this email doesn't say it doesn't work on Windows 7, because if it won't automatically update on Windows 7, they should say that. And they don't say that here, but they said it on a previous email, so I don't understand that. It's also still working. It's still working even though it's May 17th, and it's supposed to stop working on May 12th. So I don't know. It's continuing to work for now, but I'm not super confident in it.